Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 7 of NECC matches here. We've got League of Legends tonight. My name is Star Clana. We've got Ghost Break on casting alongside me, as well as Igneous on production. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing all right. Really excited for some NECC League of Legends here tonight. A little something to spice up spring break, so looking forward to it.
Yes, for sure. I know. I wasn't exactly sure which teams were gonna have games during spring break. It's always who's on vacation, who's at home, who's ready to go, but it's like the league team uh is ready to go. I know lots of different schools, as we were talking about, have different times for spring break, so they are going to have to play. I know I was watching some videos about the changes. I haven't played League in a while, but I was watching videos and I saw that Nefiri had some changes, and I'm very curious to see if I know UNI has one player who very much enjoys playing Nefiri. I think we've seen him pick her. I know I've seen him pick her at least once. I don't know if it's happened more times than that. So I'm curious to see if they're gonna try it out or just stick with kind of what we've been seeing in the past.
Oh gosh, yeah, the Nefiri changes went through. I thought that was
Yeah.
next week.
Um, I'm pretty sure they went through.
No, they did. I just pulled up the patch notes. Oh goodness.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much. I know that was like a big change. Beyond that, I didn't see anything for our team that would shake things up really.
Yeah, nothing too crazy from the patch notes for what I was seeing, but definitely a lot more dogs on the Rift. I know this hasn't really been uh, something UNI has had to deal with, but Darius Jungle specifically did get quite a big nerf.
It did get nerfed. I did see that.
So hopefully that's never an issue again.
Yeah, we didn't quite see it. Yeah, like you said in our matches last week, but we won't have to worry about it. So that is a plus. It's like teams are still waiting to get into a lobby. Some time to kill. I'm curious. I guess I should look what the standings are for NECC. Pull up that link wherever it is.
That's a great question, wherever that link is. While we're getting those stats pulled up, one thing I would like to kind of touch on before we even jump into the first game's draft is UNI's approach coming into this draft. We saw last week that Jin Zerath was left open. Zerath was left open, I believe, 2 of their 3 games, and I'm interested to see whether if Zerath gets left open again, if they're going to opt for that or try to go for something that could work with a different sort of team comp, something to improve on from last week. But just some passing thoughts I had. As looks like a couple people from UNI have not responded yet, so we are just waiting on a couple people, and then we should be hopping into the game here.
All right, so I do have the stats pulled up. I will share the link with you. Oh, my Discord. Okay. Yeah, so I know we were talking a little bit before the stream had started about, kind of what teams we think are going to be in playoffs. It's not looking like the league team will be in playoffs. It is interesting just looking at their score because we've had lots of those long matches where like I'm pretty sure other than the game they've won, every game has been 3 games. And so because of that, so UNI has 7 game wins, 10 game losses. They're at -3, which is the exact same as the teams in 4th and 5th, out of the 8 teams in their like division. But because UNI has lost those pretty much all those toss-ups, they are in 7th, with 1 win overall and 5 losses. So I mean, winning this could bump them up a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna bump them up to making the playoffs.
Right. Playoffs is top 4, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Okay. And I think UNI would have had to have won at least 1 or 2. I think they would have had to win like 1 or 2 of those really close games that they had. So kind of an unfortunate season as it was so close so many times. But nonetheless, this should still be a good match. They are playing they're playing the 6th seed today. So, and UNI is 7th. So it should be a good close match. So, seeing some UNI players hop online. Have you been playing any Ivern games since the last stream?
Sadly, I haven't. I'm working on adding a double major, so that's been eating up most of my time. Hopefully, I can get to Ivern a couple times during spring break, though.
Yes, that is the time.
What about you and Ari? Have any fun mid lane games recently?
I have not been playing. I've been thinking about it. It's been on my mind. But one of my friends got a Minecraft realm, so I've been all of my computer time has been Minecraft.
Very understandable, yeah. My friends had a Minecraft realm set up for a while, and they went super hardcore on like optimizing everything and like automating iron farms and stuff like that. And I joined a little bit later, And I got on and everything's basically done, and I'm like, can I steal some wood or something?
Yeah, this is like the first time I feel like I've played and like massively contribute. Like I feel like normally I'm just kind of like there, and then someone's like, "Oh, I defeated the Ender Dragon. Here's an Elytra," and I'm like, haven't even built my house yet. I feel this is the first time I think I've actually like done like a nice big contribution.
Mhm.
But we are at the point where, yeah, someone else built a bunch of other farms. I just built the XP farm, but now it's just building mode.
Yeah, I'm a big redstone nerd, so they talked me
Really?
into making a humongous storage system, which I don't think I
Using
ever
redstone?
finished. Yes,
Interesting. Redstone, I don't understand. I just watch the videos that people make, and I'm like, yes, yes, I will click this 2 times. I
I
will.
like your funny words, Magic Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Definitely not something I took the time. I spent 3 hours yesterday watching a video on uh circles, trying to understand circles.
Wait,
Uh,
what?
well, that wasn't like the main. It was making like this really big like spiral staircase, but it's like
Oh, okay.
but not a spiral. I was like watching this because this was the closest video I could find. So it was like making a spiral staircase, but like making like grand, kind of like a grand staircase where it's like two staircases that are like parallel and they both like
Mhm.
curve and go up. So like making that, but like no one has a video on how to make that. So I had to watch this video of this girl just like explaining uh how to in general make a spiral staircase. So I had to like fully learn how to do everything because she's like, I'm not gonna just show you a build, I'm gonna show you how to do it and with any size and for any project. So
Mhm.
like, well, all the more knowledge, right?
Of course. I watched a lot of Mumbo Jumbo, big UK redstone YouTuber,
Okay.
and I believe a few years ago he put out a video where he made like a Tamagotchi pet in
Oh my
Minecraft,
gosh.
and
Like
I
in
saw,
vanilla?
yeah,
Whoa.
and like you can feed it and it has like different emotions and stuff, it gets hungry and whatever. And I saw like the intro to that video, stopped it, was like, okay, I'm building that.
Oh my
And a month
gosh.
later, I got kind of close.
Happens. Oh, I'm just now seeing the chat. This. Okay. I don't know if UNI has 5 players.
I don't think so. I
1, 2,
see
3, 4.
Dolly
Oh, they have
RDJ.
5. Nink, Jake, Jency. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5.
They do? Who's the fifth?
In the VC, the Dalai Lama
Oh,
is online. Or at least he's in the VC. I don't know.
oh, Jency's in the VC, but not in the lobby. Okay, that's where I was getting confused.
Okay. Oh, did Dalai Lama change his name? Or did multiple people change their name? Tyrant? Oh, they're just on different teams. Oh my gosh. I'm just looking. I'm like, who is Tyrant and Monitor Breaker? Okay, they're just not on the correct teams.
Monitor Breaker is me before the Darius nerf.
I don't know why. I 100% read that as like, I think because I saw a video about like a water monitor, like the animal. And so I thought they were talking about like they broke water monitors, not just a computer, which makes 100% more sense.
I have dived into the area of TikTok with Mr. Pointer Finger, who is a man who just takes a like plastic pointer finger and
Oh, yeah.
smashes his monitor with it over really stupid videos.
I've seen a couple of those. All League videos.
Yes,
The ones,
I have
yeah.
found the League ones, mainly just Nautilus hooks. But
Okay, so it looks like you and I.
how did that hit the TikTok guy? Yep, that's the one. Oh, looks like Backlit is getting a sub for tonight.
Yeah, I'm guessing a lot of people are, it's spring break, video games or school things might not be on your mind. Very understandable.
No AP Nunu rolling through the jungle this time.
Wait, Mr. Circlaps, or there's like two people watching the stream. Nate, if you are still in the chat, is Valorant making playoffs? Do you have an idea?
Oh, it looks like UNI ends up forfeiting the first game of the match
Yes.
due to time. So already starting off on the back foot.
Which maybe they're spectating, but I'm just confused because the other team only has 4 people here right now.
Yeah, I who knows?
They are checked in on, I mean, they do have 5 people checked in on NECC. I just have that pulled up. But I'm just confused. Where is their 5th person? I'm sure they'll show up. It's fine. Mr. Circlat. Almost 100% sure we are. Okay. So it looks like Valorant will probably be in the playoffs. Igneous, could you share to Discord? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be right back. I just spilled water
Oh,
everywhere.
all right. Solo cast vamping. Here we go. So, kind of touched on this a little bit as we were just going back and forth there. I want to see some adaptations from UNI in this draft. We saw them get their like ultimate comfort picks last week with the Urgot, who did very well in the top lane, especially against I believe it was Garen. We've seen them get the Zerath, I believe, 2 games out of 3 last week, and things just weren't able to fully click. It felt like there was some desynergy happening in a couple of the fights, and I want to see if maybe things have gotten ironed out in scrims, or if that was just some draft hesitation that we had. I do think we'll see a Seraphine ban. I'm hoping we don't. That'd be great, but it's probably going to happen. I'd love to see the Soraka Aurelion Soul bot lane.
It's like UNI is banning first. And we got the Mel ban. I know something we had talked about wanting UNI to do in the past. Maybe I had talked about that with someone.
Personally, I'm a big fan of the Mel ban. I don't understand that champion, so if I don't have to cast it, not a problem.
It's like we're gonna get the Garen ban. Maybe Mizzou watched the last game that UNI had played. Vi ban from UNI is interesting. I guess they don't have backlit here to play jungle, so who I think is one who would usually play Vi, so it makes sense. Pretty strong.
Who's their jungler? Is it Llama or Raging Remy?
I'm not exactly sure. I know we've seen the Dalai Lama play jungle before. We've also seen him play mid. So I don't know exactly where Remy uh likes to play, but we'll find out.
Next couple of bans coming out here. Twitch banned over by UNI, and Mizzou opting to ban Urgot and Victor to
Ooh.
round out their draft. I think the Urgot ban is a very respectful ban into UNI. We've seen Jake just be really consistent with that champion. So interested to see what he opts to pick. And I just saw in the chat, put Remy on Sarah Jungle. No, thank you.
I don't know if I've ever seen a Seraphine jungle. I've seen a Yumi jungle. I don't think I've ever seen a Seraphine jungle.
I have a friend who will play just about anything anywhere. I have played with Seraphine Jungle.
Okay, I forgot about this. So I did see Jarvan buffs, and I know UNI has played Jarvan in the past. So there's the Seraphine. Xerath and Seraphine.
Let's go!
I
Zerathine. Yep.
Are they going to be bot? Is one of them going to be mid?
There was that weird phase where Seraphine kind of just does a little bit of everything. So I don't know if that's what they're going to try and do and leave Seraphine as like a mid or bot flex. Going to the Jarvan ban or buffs you talked about, it is a small buff, 10 damage increase at each rank, plus 5% bonus AD scaling. So not huge, but definitely does give him a little more edge in those 1v1s in the jungle.
It's like we are going to see the Viego ban come out from Mizzou. Maybe it's just very intense. Yeah, I'm curious to see what else. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Mbessa top from UNI. We've seen it in the past.
Yeah, that kind of feels like Jake's fallback if Urgot is denied. Yone is banned away. I think that's a really good ban because UNI is pretty AP heavy, and if you can get an AD mid laner like Yone, then that's just that's such a solid damage profile.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, misfortune. Ooh, okay, I do like the Pantheon.
Ooh.
I'm a fan.
Another Pantheon jungle, perhaps? Hey, there it is!
I was gonna say, I think it's gonna be Pantheon mid. I don't think it's Pantheon support. I think it's gonna be Pantheon mid.
Yeah, Pantheon mid makes sense here.
I think they're gonna try to Seraphine Xerath, poke him down. Which I'm very curious, who is playing what from UNI? Because we have Nink, we have Art of Jake, Gensi, Raging Remy, and Dalai Lama. So yeah, I'm very curious to see who is on what.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are in order, it looks like Jake is gonna be top, Dalai Lama on jungle, Raging Remy, mid, Nink, and Gensi on bot and support. There is. So with Xerath Seraphine, do you have Xerath support or Seraphine support?
You have Xerath support.
And Seraphine bot. Okay.
Yeah. But Seraphine is going to build... sometimes is going to build more supportive than like your typical full AP Seraphine.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was because I swear Seraphine APC was like a huge thing for a while.
Oh, it definitely was. Looks like teams are ready as we're gonna go in here. Just a reminder, we do have it, the score on the stream, but for those of you who are wondering, UNI did have to forfeit their first match, just not having enough players ready to go right away. So UNI is gonna have to win pretty much 2 matches in a row, if they want to win this game overall.
So one build for Seraphine APC that I believe is pretty common was rushing for Archangel's Staff, getting a Cosmic Drive so you move a little bit quicker, and then building full support.
Oh, interesting.
Ending it with Dawn Core, because that just
Okay.
ramps up your damage and healing and everything. And Seraphine's such a overtuned champion anyways.
I think if I play Seraphine, it's in ARAM, and if I'm playing Seraphine in ARAM, I just full AP.
Yep.
It's just full AP. Nothing else.
My favorite for ARAM, I don't play it a lot, but if I get like Ivern or Mage champions, I will do full attack speed on hit
What?
for no reason. Like I will build on hit Ari because I can, and it's ARAM.
If I get Ari, it's try hard mode. I can't help it. Always full AP. Exactly.
I used to pray for times like this.
And on potentially the last game of the season. How poetic.
Is that already the last game of the season?
Yeah, week 7, because there's 8
Man.
teams, so they play. Yeah, unless they make playoffs, but I don't think they will be able to, especially with already going in, having the other team up 1.
If we believe that Seraphine is the biggest good luck charm possible, then there's always a chance.
There's always a chance.
It's a Christmas miracle in spring.
As everyone in the TFT subreddit says, it's 50-50. You either make it or you don't.
That's really stupid, and I love it.
It is. Like, people always ask, they'll be like, what are the chances? And the top 5 comments are 50-50. You hit or you don't. So, okay, we didn't quite break it down, but it does look like we are going to be having Mbessa, Renekton top, Nunu, Jarvan, jungle, Pantheon, Orianna mid. I'm curious to see how that matchup is. Seraphine, Misfortune bot, Seraph, and Braum support.
One thing I really like coming from Mizzou is the Braum support pick. I think seeing Xerath Nunu is like, yup. Let's take the thing that blocks the snowball.
Yeah, Braum can be a very, very strong support with his shield. I never really play against him in like normal games, but in ARAM, oof, Braum players make me so mad, man.
I used to play Braum quite a bit, and I would always make it my goal when I was playing with this one specific friend bot lane to use my shields at the worst possible time. It never went well, but it was fun.
Ooh, do like skins.
I wish Riot gave NECC players like not the partner program, but like the accounts where you just have everything unlocked, because that would be kind of fun. But
that would be fun. I don't think that will. I know there was this like deal for a while where it wasn't skins, but like champions. Like if you had like a university like IP,
oh,
you could get like you had to like someone had to like get it approved through, I don't know, league. Like you could submit something. You would get like every champion unlocked on your account as long as you were on an IP address that was from like the university. I don't know how it worked.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sucks if you have to play remote, but
Yeah. I feel like that's a big issue, but I know a lot of like places have like arenas and stuff that they'll have their teams like practice and play in. But yeah, so it looks like no invades this game. Just everyone's being a little cautious. Don't really have any teams, I guess, that are set up to invade.
I mean, I always think the level 1 from Braum can be extremely strong to at least force out like a flash or something. But yeah, I don't think an invade would have been the best idea.
No.
Sadly.
Got the top lane. Wet noodle fight, as it always goes.
Renekton able to get the level 2 advantage there, taking Mbessa pretty low. Is going to have to play pretty safe under tower. It would suck to take a recall at this point. It's funny you mentioned wet noodle fights, because one of my favorite skins is Pool Party Fiora. And it's wet noodle fight, that's the first thing I think of.
That's a lot of poke damage coming out outside. I'm just kind of looking to stop it, although Misfortune has taken quite a bit of damage at about half health.
Oh, Renekton going in game behind Ambessa is going to be able to get first blood there. Nunu just a little bit late on the pull. We'll see if he can get a return kill. Renekton does still have flash, is going to save it. Nunu picks up that trade there. First blood going over to Renekton. There's a 10 CS lead already.
Yeah, I was just
Ambessa has to teleport back.
Kind of brutal in the top lane and a little bit mid lane too. Just Pantheon having to play into that long range against the Orianna. Seeing him a little bit behind in CS. Spot lane pretty much even.
Oh, we're gonna pretend we didn't see that. As Nunu is getting chased a little bit in the jungle, Ambessa's here to try and cover, but the more Ambessa walks out of this lane, the less she's going to be able to do. Bommy Cinder picked up for the Nunu, so it looks like it is going to be probably more tank-oriented. Pantheon has to flash away, but the auto from Orianna, the wind-up passive, getting that extra little bit of damage in there. A lot of action happening here. As Nunu rolls up to mid lane, Orianna, no flash, no mana, is just going to go for that farm. Dalai Lama picking up another kill here.
Yeah, UNI is, I mean, we've seen the Nunu really taking advantage of just being able to be all over the map and kind of help pick up these kills. Hopefully, I mean, both teams are 1 kill away from getting that feat objective, whatever, feat of war. So maybe, you know, we can see Nunu really use that range mobility to his advantage. Looks like he's heading bot side, looking to maybe get a pick on the Braum or Misfortune here.
Flash is going to be used, no mana. Xerath is going to pick that one up. Misfortune sidesteps the root from the Seraphine. Good use of the Braum shield, though. I mean, that's kind of what we want to see if you're Mizzou in all of your team fights. Your Braum just able to stand up and soak up that snowball. Good trade going mid. Ignite goes down to Orianna. Pantheon's looking for the all-in, but Jarvan's here to support. Flash going in, auto onto the minion, trying to get a reset. Pantheon's looking pretty low, but the shield is able to come out. Not quite able to hit the spear, and Jarvan picks up the Pantheon.
It's like Orianna is going to hit 6 off of that. As Braum is heading topside, heading mid, just doing some roaming, clearing out some wards.
What's nice is UNI was able to get that gank off in the bot lane before Pantheon fell, so we did pick up the feat of strength there. As Renekton ultimate used top lane, trading back a lot of damage, and Vesta not committing the ultimate, getting pretty low, is going to take a recall. Almost a 40 CS lead for this Renekton, and it looks like they're going to try to go for the tower dive. Ambessa is able to get their shield from the ultimate, but the empowered W is going to break that. Nunu not quite in range to help out. And Mizzou is going to pick up those grubs as Orianna tower dives the Pantheon, but is going to take another shot, and that's a 1-for-1 trade. Holy smokes, a lot of action going on.
Yeah, it looks like Mizzou is going to take the grubs. Yes, grubs there. UNI, although getting kind of set up for potential dragon as they are pushing in bot side as from back. As he was from. So they are going to start that. Everyone pretty much hitting level 6 here, so we're going to be looking to see, you know, potentially some ults from the Pantheon, being able to get around the map some more, maybe help with those assists, kind of help top or bot side. Yeah. If I were you and I, probably looking to help more, kind of get some more kills into your bot side. Top side's looking pretty sad currently, just with the CS difference. Well, there's always a chance for a comeback.
I do want to make note of the Summoner spell by Seraphine taking the cleanse instead of the barrier. I think if used correctly, that cleanse is going to be extremely helpful in those team fights. But you do have to play around it very carefully, as Renekton going in on the Ambessa here, but Nunu's there to follow up. Renekton does have ult, is going to pop the culling. The ultimate from Ambessa and Nunu hits, but Renekton is able to flash away at barely any HP. Gonna keep fighting. Huge Koldamik heal there, and Nunu goes down from a tower shot. Renekton a sliver of HP, and Ambessa not quite going to be able to get that kill.
Yeah, unfortunate for UNI. They were very, very close to getting that Renekton down, but just weren't quite able to do it. As he is going to teleport back to top lane, coming back, you know, full HP, going to be able to push that wave and push into tower, potentially taking first tower for his team. Although turret plating's still up. So.
Already has the Trinity Force completed.
Ambessa's gonna match the teleport top side.
Jarvan here potentially looking for the dive on the mid lane. It is going to happen, and both ults connect, and Pantheon can't really move. But Nunu's here to try and get something back. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. Ultimate down on the Seraphine, Ignite down as well. I believe that was the cleanse to get out of the Ignite? No, it just looked like it. I don't know what I saw though. But both ultimates used. Pantheon ultimate coming in. Good flash from the Pantheon. Able to sidestep the Shattering, or the Winter's Bite from Braum. Not quite able to pick something up. Is going to be able to take down the Braum. Misfortune having to back away though.
I'm curious to see if we're going to see potential Xerath ultimate coming out, or if UNI thinks they're going to be able to take out Misfortune without it.
Second set of Void Grubs spawned. As Nunu is harassing the Orianna in mid lane, Pantheon's walking back up. About half health down to Orianna, but Renekton's here. huge ultimate coming through. Nunu's going to go down. Oriana's going to collect the kill. And that's 4 people here to pick up the second set of grubs.
It's like, we're gonna see Xerath ultimate come out, but does not get anything. Yeah, that is a very scary, crocodile? Is Renekton a crocodile or an alligator?
I always called him a crocodile.
Okay.
I don't know.
I feel like he's a crocodile. I think because he's got like the snout goes in more. Yes, very scary crocodile.
His lore confirms him to be a crocodile.
Okay.
So I guess I can't say see you later alligator. It has to be after a while crocodile.
It sure does. If you want to be lore accurate. Some people don't care about being lore accurate. But, so Mizzou has picked up 6 scrubs now, making it a lot easier for them to be able to take this next turret. I think mid lane turret's looking pretty low. Top lane turret's looking pretty low. But they are going to look to set up dragons, potentially taking that 3rd objective that they need to get tier 3 boots. And spot lane from UNI is pushed in. The Pantheon ult come out mid, you know, trying to save that turret.
Oh, Oriana coming through. Ah, the windup is just too powerful. As Nunu snowballs in, Braum not quite able to block that, but it doesn't really matter.
It looks like Mizzou is going to take dragons along with first turret, as Jarvan is also kind of clearing out UNI's bot side.
So feats of strength complete for Mizzou. That means he'll get the upgraded boots, as Nunu's getting chased through his own jungle a little bit here. 4 members of Mizzou up here on this top tower. It's 3 for UNI, either looking for a very ambitious tower dive or just wanting to make sure this Renekton can push it out easy. But it does look like they're going to be going for the tower dive. Nunu, huge ultimate shield, isn't going to keep him alive for too much longer. Braum is going to fall to the tower, and Bessa taking a lot of damage. The wind up there from Oriana doing so much work, and Renekton is going to pick up that kill. 2 for 1 for Mizzou.
Yeah, I think we see the Braum there from Mizzou, just kind of doing exactly what he needs to do. Being that shield, helping his team get out, taking that tower aggro as needed. You know, if we look at gold difference here, it's not looking the best for UNI, as Mizzou is up about 5.5K.
One thing I think Mizzou read very well about this draft is Seraph and Seraphine doesn't have the most amount of kill pressure by themselves. So Misfortune is just a-okay to sit in this lane for a while, and Braum's able to go be a menace. Meanwhile, a lot of ults connecting down. Braum getting stunned up quite a bit, has to flash. Pantheon's here to support as Nunu starts balling in. No one from the top side looking down to teleport here. Zerathal coming through is going to be used to just chunk that Misfortune away from the fight. And good pressure return there from UNI, able to walk back into their own jungle.
see Rift Herald is up here. Renekton and Orianna potentially looking to position, although fight going on bot side.
Yeah, Xerath is just gonna get locked down and taken down by the Jarvan. And they're gonna keep pushing for more Jarvan and Braum hopping in there. Braum passive getting some stacks down to Seraphine, but not quite enough. That second tower dissuading them as Pantheon and Nunu coming down. Mizzou caught between two towers. As Xerath is walking there and Imbess is teleporting in, it might be a 5v3 here, but they are able to just dash out of the way as Nunu speeding through isn't able to connect the snowball.
We do see a flash come out from Misfortune. Take it away, and now we've got Dragon. So both Dragon and Herald are going to be online here. It's like Orianna is going to take topside turret. Just with those, 6 grubs, really giving Mizzou a lot of pressure to take these turrets. Especially as they get lower and lower.
And you're going to walk into the Renekton here. Orianna's there to support, but a lot of damage coming out from the Q. Isn't quite able to take him down, though. Death cap almost completed for this Orianna. She is doing so much damage. Renekton going in on this Ambessa. Good empowered W to get rid of that shield. Ambessa down to about half HP. Just a struggle bus in this top lane.
It's like, UNI kind of recognizes where they were able to put pressure. Pantheon does get bot side turret, although Renekton is going to take that tier 2 top side. As a fight for Dragon is potentially about to break out.
Pantheon flashing away from the Jarvan, but it's going to get collapsed on by Misfortune and sandwiched between 3 members of Mizzou. Going to try to ult away, but is going to go down. As they are able to pick up a return kill onto the Orianna mid lane.
Although Renekton
coming in. Gonna get rooted up by the Seraphine. Nunu gonna launch him, try and get some health back. Is gonna barely slip away. We'll see if Misfortune has enough speed to pick it up. And she does! Nunu having to flash away from that, but isn't quite enough. And Renekton picks up the Seraphine.
It's like with both of those kills, Mizzou is gonna look here to take Dragon, potentially push out mid. Just kind of increasing that gap, that lead that they have. You see teleport from the Orianna to get that bot side turret. Pushing UNI further back. As Ruinous Otacon has spawned outside.
I forgot Otacon existed for a bit.
I kind of did too. Just, I feel like this game has had a lot going on.
Neither team even going for Herald, but as soon as I say that, they go for Herald, so. Rom doing a good job, just being more wall, adding on to the terrain.
UNI is trying to collapse here on the, I think that was that Jarvan. Yes, they are going to shut down the Jarvan, and Seraphine is going to get it, which is pretty big for UNI.
How did Pantheon die?
Couldn't tell you.
I think he died under tower bot side to Orianna.
Can I get both teams just farming a little bit of a lull? Neither team is set up.
Sarah,
Is there Seraphine
it's not
on
the crocodile
Renekton?
you want to walk into.
No.
As Dominus being popped and Renekton is going to get out of there.
We're able to chunk him down quite a bit, you know, just that range. It looks like Nunu is going to look for him. Just misses as he backs. Could have been a nice catch from UNI as he was already fairly low.
Catching crocodiles. Orianna able to do so much work in this split push here. As Ambessa trying to match.
Yeah, it's just with that pressure with you know, the grubs and how strong we already see this Orianna. 2 items plus 2 or 3 boots. She's gonna be very hard to match. Looks like potentially Mizzou is setting up at least vision for Atacon, putting lots of vision in UNI's topside jungle. They're going to summon the Rift Herald mid.
Looks like Jarvan's going to start it up.
And yeah, with the pressure of the Rift Herald, they are going to take going to give them an even bigger level advantage than they already have. I mean, if you look, both the Orianna and this Fortune, Renekton, Jarvan already 3 levels ahead of their counterparts on the other team.
I think this is the one game recently where it makes sense for Ruinous Otacon to be in the game.
Yeah, I would agree. They definitely had 20 kills. No, I don't even think they had 20 kills, but whatever. There was a lot of carnage early game.
Meanwhile, Xerath going to be able to snipe the Orianna, getting a big shot down there, but the rest of Mizzou here to collapse is going to get a return kill on the Ambessa as that bottom tower is just going to fall. Pantheon flashing in onto the Misfortune, a lot of damage going down, but now the turret's gone. Seraphine ult barely just missed the Nunu ball, hits the Braum. That's not quite who you want to hit, but a lot of damage going down to Misfortune. The Ignite's there, and the Pantheon is able to pick it up, but now Pantheon and Nunu are stuck in a bad place. They get taken down. Renekton's going in, and that's an ace for Mizzou.
With that, I mean, looking at the timers for UNI, Ambessa's about to come up here, but this could, you know, 6 grubs, and with Orianna teleporting down, this could potentially be endgame, or maybe they look to take a couple towers and go for Baron off of that. Looks like that is what they're planning to do. Get those towers, get the inhibs. Continuously putting pressure on UNI, keeping them on the defense.
I think if UNI was equal in gold there, that fight would have gone very differently, but over 10,000 down is just too much as Pantheon ulting back in, trying to catch up Braum and Jarvan. Braum is getting pretty low, is going to be taken down here, and Bess has to ult for him though. Renekton solo kills the Xerath. They left him alone in base. Watch out for your base, UNI. As Nunu trying to chase, looking for more, not quite using the ultimate. Now Ambessa has to back to match. Big fight going on here in the jungle. UNI not quite able to get enough, but Renekton able to sneak in and grab 2 inhibitors. As now he's sandwiching UNI. Jarvan ult goes through, hits 2. Big stun there. Seraphine able to get, I thought it was something, but I guess nothing.
No, the Jarvan was able to heal back, and it looks like it did get the shutdown on the Renekton.
Ambessa shuts down the crocodile. That's what you'll love to see.
Did you lose both of their Nexus turrets?
Ambessa not quite able to get the misfortune there. Orianna just pops the Nunu. So strong with that 3 items there. And they are just going to target the Nexus, try to end this game.
It's going to be the end. I don't see a comeback from this, even with the Orianna and misfortune dying. Too many minions. Not much UNI could do.
No, that's why you have Braum. You just have Braum switch teams and then stand in front of the Nexus with his shield up, and it works. It's fine. Don't question it.
You know, an unfortunate end to the season. Weren't able to have like the full team in strength here tonight, but we did get to see Seraphine, so I know one person is happy. And I believe that is going to be UNI's season, unless some, I don't know, serious things happen. But, you know, it was fun. As we mentioned, would have been nice, you know, if UNI was able to kind of win some of those longer matches, those ones where they went 1 and 2. But I think they had a really good run, and it was very fun to watch the team play. And I got to learn lots of new, like, bot lane combos that I did not know before, so I consider that a win.
Yeah, don't try them all at once. Might get banned.
I don't know. I guess we can ask if anyone wants to do an interview. Community coaches. They also might be going over. Let me see Avery streaming. We'll see if they're just going over their games or if they're down to do an interview as we wrap up the season.
Well, while we're waiting for a response from the team, I do gotta say, it was a pleasure casting for Panther Esports and casting with you guys. A lot better than last semester just doing it on my own. So definitely a more fun experience. But yeah, it was a great season.
Yes, of course. Always fun. All right, we got a shirt from Avery. Let me see if I can. All right, so looks like we are gonna get an interview with Avery. I know he's been coaching the team for 3 years, 4 years.
Oh, dang.
Okay, one sec. So, you know, I feel like I've seen the team's like strategies grow a lot over time. All right, looks like he's ready. So here we go. I'm gonna drag him up. All right. Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Welcome to the interview. So I believe, so this is week 7. So I believe this is your guys' last match of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct, yes. Pending,
So
there might be some kind of like combined fall and winter semester seeding that goes on for like an additional thing, but I would have to look those up, and I don't know if we would even qualify since we didn't make playoffs. this semester. So.
Do you want to give us a little bit more insight on like how you guys did last semester? I know I was not here for your guys' last semester, but if you just want to tell the chat.
Yeah. So last semester, for those who didn't watch or see, we did go undefeated throughout the season. We dropped a couple matches here and there because everything's best of 3 throughout the season, and then the finals matches best of 5, and we won 3-2 on that. And so what NECC does for the winter semester is they do some reseeding based off of fall semester results. And so we were placed in a higher division. We were Division 5 last semester. We're Division 4 this semester. The team that we faced in finals last semester was also bumped up with us. So we were playing against better teams this year or this semester. The individual player skill was a noticeable step higher than it was last semester. But Dustin and I never really felt that we were like outmatched or outclassed in our matches this division. We went, except for not counting today's matches, because we forfeited match 1, and we had Remy in as a sub because Anders was had a different commitment. But all the games that we lost, we did go 1-2 on those. So our team, everybody still played fairly well throughout the season. It's just kind of, if you're winning close to 50% of your games, but you're just losing the ones that decide the matches, that's just kind of how the semester ends up. So
Yeah, that was one thing, we'd been looking at the start before you guys played this match was, you're right in the middle of the pack in terms of like your win-loss ratio for like maps overall. So it's just unfortunate not quite being able to close those out. I know like something that I feel like as like someone who's played on a team before is with this higher level of competition. I know you said like it didn't quite feel like, but I mean it was higher obviously than last semester. Do you feel like the team is going to kind of be able to like grow, and you guys as like coaches are going to be able to learn from the things that you saw and the things that you experienced this semester and take that into next year?
yeah, absolutely. I was trying to get an idea before moving down for the interview of who is available next semester, just so we can kind of get an idea, so that the players know they can play with each other off season. Last semester we still had Hunter on our roster, who at the time had been with the team for I think a year and a half or 2 years, something close to that. And when we lost Hunter, and then we added Jake, Dakota, and Remy last semester, all new players to the team. Our biggest weakness has always been, with this current roster, our biggest weakness has always been the lack of rapport and just sort of like mind reading capabilities that you kind of develop with teammates over playing with them through a lot of games. So that's been our biggest weakness. We kind of pushed through that last semester at the end. Hunter wasn't available for a couple of our key matches going into like playoffs and stuff, and so we were able to sub Jake in, and it just kind of worked for us. And I think if this semester we were kind of going 50-50 and we were losing the games that mattered, last semester is maybe the opposite, where we were kind of going 50-50 in a lot of those. We were winning 2-1, winning 3-2 and stuff like that. We were winning the games that mattered. So just kind of a coin flip sometimes. But we're hoping that, with the extended time between this semester and the next one, we've got all summer and stuff. We're hoping to get a lot of games in together. A big part of not understanding the strengths of players like Jake, Dakota, and Remy this semester from a coaching perspective is that we don't quite know what they're comfortable playing a whole lot. And they're not very comfortable just saying champions that they're comfortable playing because we don't have the rapport with them as coaches yet. So a lot more time with that, we'll kind of get to understand, the champions that they play and the roles that they play them better. And that's a big part of, growing as a team. And, we expect to have, I believe Anders will have Trung back next semester. Jake and Dakota will be returning. Remy's graduating this semester, so he won't be on the team next season. And also Nick believes that he will have a scheduling issue next semester, so I don't believe we'll have Nick either. So we're going to be looking at some role swaps and changes for next semester, but it should be exciting.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's good. You know, you still got to keep some players. That always helps with the transfer.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing at the chat question. I don't know if you can see, but it's how much does raging Remy rage?
So it's kind of become a team bonding thing over this semester. With Remy, he has grown so much as a player since he joined the team last semester. We were talking about it at the end of our match today. Remy was saying how he was able to climb out of bronze into gold since the start of the winter season. And you can't really do that if you're not improving. He's kind of been hard stuck bronze and iron. He's like self-admitted through most of his time playing League. So he's gotten a lot better at, kind of, leveling a little bit. And one of our other players had said that, he used to find Remy's raging a little bit grating at times, but it's kind of like grown on him in an endearing way. So there's been a lot of a lot of that sort of bonding. It's just kind of unfortunate that, we didn't get a whole lot of time together to kind of work through that earlier. But yeah, that's definitely been a kind of a team meme for this semester, and I think everybody's kind of enjoyed it.
So that's good to know. So the name is pretty accurate to the player.
Yeah, well, we used to have a player that had a similar sort of mindset, and he always said he said it was the voices, and he would go demon mode and stuff like that.
I do remember that.
Yeah, so when we lost him and then we gained Remy, it was he was still with us in spirit with Remy a little bit. So it was Dustin and I had some experience, like talking with the players, and I had some one-on-ones with Remy to. Remy was probably he was easily our most active player that, he was always asking for like coaching sessions. He was always asking suggestions and recommendations, like how can he improve? Like what does he, what do we want him to play? Like what roles and what champions, that sort of thing. And, so despite anything like that, he's been very willing and open to growing, and he's, kind of been a sub for us this semester, but he's been very graciously a sub for us, and he's always been a cheerleader for our team when he's there, and even when he's not playing and stuff. So yeah, it's been kind of interesting.
Okay, that's awesome. Ghost Break, do you have any questions for Avery?
I guess the one question you kind of already answered a little bit, but what changes to like the approach in drafting have you taken from last semester to this semester, especially with the roster change?
Yeah, we've kind of gone a little bit back and forth with our draft strategy. We've tried leaving it mostly up to the players during draft to talk amongst themselves and just kind of like have an open discussion about what looks good here. What is so and so looking to play, like what looks good for them, because like I said, the players know better what they can do and what they can play into matchups than we do. Like we're never going to know, every champion and how well they play them. And that's unfortunately for our players, we've kind of tried a little bit of that, and then also a little bit of Dustin and I taking a more active role in the draft. Last week, for instance, I basically, all the knowledge that I had gotten from our players over the semester, like a Nocturne pick with I forget what Anders played middle, but sort of like a dive comp. And I was just kind of approached them prior to the draft and said, hey, like this is the look that I want us to try for this game. And and we did that, and it didn't quite work out. Like, they did pretty well in the first game last week, but they just kind of fell short in the mid game and going into late game. So when we went into game 2, I told them that Dustin and I are going to take a step back. You guys are running the draft for this one. So they ran the draft. It gets them talking, especially after a loss. Like, it gets them talking, kind of helps build morale a little bit, or at least that's the idea. And then they went into game 2 and they won. So, the idea there is that, they might feel better or more comfortable drafting for themselves than having us, like a more hands-off approach in the draft. And we just kind of have to try those here and there throughout the semester to figure out like what the players respond to best and how they play best. And it's a 7-week season, so there's not a whole lot of time to get those things figured out. Kind of plays back into the whole team rapport and understanding the team and the team understanding the coaches and stuff. How everybody kind of operates in these settings. So yeah, for this one, we just kind of let them draft what they thought felt good, and they're kind of used to it now. So the draft was pretty smooth, even though we didn't really execute.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good
I'm
question.
apparently in an arena match with them, so I'm gonna go.
All right, thank you for joining us for the interview.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for streaming and doing everything you guys do throughout the semester.
Of course.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay. All right. So it looks like that's gonna be it for the NECC spring semester for League of Legends team. I guess, Ghost Break, do you have anything else you wanted to add before we close out?
Go Cats.
Go Cats. All right, my name is Star Clana here, joined by Ghost Break for casting and Igneous on production. We will see you guys, I guess, next year for League of Legends. I know Rocket League is streaming on Thursday, and I believe Overwatch is streaming potentially on Friday. So stay tuned for those matches this week, as well as playoffs matches will be kicking off Monday, I believe, with Valorant next week. And as always, go Cats.